Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome everyone to Arts Cast and In Between. I am your host, Eileen, aka Eileen the Little Crafter. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, whether it's a heart, a star, a little thumbs up. Lets me know that you have enjoyed this podcast. So again, as always, guys, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for listening to last week's podcast. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I recently learned a fun fact about this the Dead Boy Agency, which is on Netflix. If you guys haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. So I found out that it is part of the I guess DC/universe. It is part of Dream, which was also on Netflix. Def from that show makes an appearance, and also it was a comic book. And they had their own little comic book thing running for a little bit. So that was pretty cool. They did change a little bit here and there. So if you guys want to look into, some videos on YouTube, I would highly recommend it. It was pretty interesting. I actually liked the changes. I think that they were enjoyable. But so that was last week's. I also did have a blog post. We also finally launched 16 pieces of the crop top and leggings. I put it under matching leggings and tops. So if you guys are interested, that's there. The sizes are from 2XL to 6XL. They are sold separately, but if you use Welcome 10, you'll get 10% off on your first order. So moving right along, so I have been getting a lot of spam emails, not emails, more text messages. So I just want to, talk to you guys about that and be on the lookout for these types of scams and what you can do, to kind of protect yourself. Diligence. I highly recommend as soon as you wake up, when you had finished your coffee or in the middle of drinking your coffee, I would highly recommend you check your social media accounts. Make sure that you have not been locked out of it. Your website, check all of it. Don't use passwords that you may have used with other sites. Try to change them up. And if you're like me and forget some things, put it, in a place where nobody else can see the passwords. And I know that using an Apple device for me has helped, and it saves me some headache from that. But I still would highly recommend you put down the password someplace where, nobody else can see it. And so that's the other thing. Report suspicious, texts that you get, such as like, if you know for a fact that like the one that I've gotten like for like 3 or 4 days last week in a row, practically telling me that my my Facebook page was in violation of copyrights, this, that, and the third. I basically looked into it because not YouTube, Facebook will let you know whether or not if your page is in good standing. So therefore you can look into that and make sure that you're not violating any regulations on YouTube, especially Facebook. I think that, and report them, delete the message, and, they will stop bothering you, hopefully, eventually. Don't hire anybody that is like texting you every day, asking you if you want help with your website. Just go hire one of the professionals, like look into Google, people with websites, or ask your friends and family if they know anything about websites. Because you never know what that could entail. Because again, you would have to give them your password, and then God forbid, you are locked out of your your account. So don't do that. If you want to learn about stuff like that, then maybe look on YouTube. Some videos are really helpful. There are also some a Skillshare is another place where you can learn about websites and stuff like that. They do, I know that Shopify is huge right now, so they do have a playlist about how to fix up Shopify. What else do? I check every day. I look into things. I am not into, they say to post every day. If you're not into that, it's okay. But yeah, I would hire, if you guys want somebody like for social media, I would ask somebody that you really trust and that you know that they are not going to just take the product and run. I've heard of social media influencers who have sold $200 to $500 items for free because they promised that they would promote them. I wouldn't do that, and I'm not going to. If I want somebody, I will actually reach out to that person and say, hey, I have this idea and I was wondering. And if it doesn't fall through, then I know for a fact. And I'm going to be honest with you, I will put that person on blast. Yes, I would. So if this has happened to you, I highly recommend you put the person on blast. Because it's sickening. It's deplorable. It's stealing, and your time, your product shouldn't be taken away like that. That's just rude. If you are a seller on Etsy, I highly recommend you look into the new measures that they have taken, because a lot of Etsy sellers have been complaining that they have been scammed or keep getting emails that their account is going to be closed or some other craziness. And it's just really, really, these scammers are just deplorable and they just don't care. Millions and billions of dollars are being taken from people, their hard-earned money. And I watched those videos where the scammers are laughing and making jokes and about the person that they just finished scamming, where the scammers get scammed. And it's really sad. And it's so sad, and it makes me very, very angry. So it's sickening. And I know that the laws are finally catching up, and I know that it's hard to catch these people. And so just be diligent. Check your stuff every day. Try and learn, whether it's self-taught, whether it's reading, blogs, books, going to a bookstore and or ordering books about the subject that you want to learn. Podcasts. I know a lot of podcasters. There are other reputable sellers out there, whether it's selling Etsy or Shopify Personnel or POD, that have courses that you can, whether they're free or just a little bit of a fee. They are, there to help you. And if that's something you're interested in, I would highly recommend that. Or look into, like, if you want to hire somebody, then I would Google it yourself and pick somebody from there. Friends and family are always a good reference to try and work with somebody. Anything else? I don't think so. I think that is about it. And I don't want to keep you guys too long. So I hope that you enjoy your weekend or have enjoyed your weekend. Don't forget, we are still running the Mother's Day sale on the Motherhood collection. So if you use Love You 30, you'll get 30% off on that. If it is your first time order, you use another item, use Welcome 10 for 10% off on the rest of the shop. So I'm going to end this here. I will leave the links down to everything. And yeah, that's it for now. So bye for now, and I will catch you in the next podcast. Bye for now.